So today we're on a different adventure. We're going to go up a river a couple miles and do some nugget shooting. If we make it. We got flooded out a couple days ago trying to make it up here. We drowned one of the four-wheelers. We're going to go ahead and follow Steve because he can go a little deeper than we can. I think that was a little too deep for us. We might have to go up just a little bit more than that. So far so good. We haven't gotten stuck or flooded. I'm gonna let Steve go through this part first though, because it could be a little deeper on the other side. Looks fine, but better safe than sorry. That thing kind of acts like a boat. It can float a little bit, a lot better than we can anyway. It's not a boat, but it's better than what we have. What do you think?
Touch and go, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think I'll have any problem with that. Whoa! That's a problem for me right there. That's a problem. We'll have to scout this out. I think I was a little too deep for us, don't you?
I agree.
All right. That wasn't too bad the way we came. I think if we went straight across like Steve, we'd probably been floating and flooded it, so that worked out okay. Steve is taking us to a place where they had found nuggets with a metal detector some years ago. So he's checking the GPS right now. Might be this stuff over here that we're looking at, or I'm looking at. You're not looking at, but you will be right now, right there. So there could be some nuggets up in that area maybe. It's best if you can find bedrock, because if you're looking for nuggets and you're looking in an area like I'm standing on right now, it's not very good because they're really heavy, and when the water comes up and it kind of makes the gravel and the sand float and move around, the nuggets go straight down. So any nuggets here, it might be 5-10 feet deep, whereas if it's on bedrock, it just gets caught right there and you can look down and see them, in theory. So we were finally able to crawl out of the riverbed. So it might be a little bit easier going up along the tundra, but it can be really bumpy too. Look at the wave he's pushing. Something up on the hill. I hope that's not a bear. It's probably a rock. Looks like a giant beaver, about a 300-pound beaver. So we're at the first place that Steve had marked on his GPS, where a guy found some nuggets back, you know, some time ago. It could have been 10 years ago, I don't know. But he said there was some bedrock exposed, and there is some bedrock right here. So we're going to detect this. We've got one other Tesoro out here today. And I'm going to pan some of it too, see how rich it is, because I'm going to be up here another week, so I can come back here at any time. And we are going to come back here and we're going to explore all over this place. It's going to be awesome. So we're using the AT Max today. Now I haven't had a lot of hours on this machine, but I'm really loving it so far. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, hold for power. And if you look at this schist here, see how it's really jagged and has those ledges? That's what catches the gold when it's tumbling downstream during floods, and the floods could have been 1,000 or 10,000 years ago. The gold will flow over, and just like a riffle in a gold pan or sluice, it'll tuck in right behind these things, just like that. And that's what we're looking for. You see some quartz in here too. That's always a good sign. There's a nice band of quartz here. Maybe we'll find some specimen gold, a giant nugget with quartz around it. Wouldn't that be awesome? Yes, that would be awesome. Let's get to it. So you always want to make sure you ground balance. Now this is going to be highly mineralized soil. There's going to be a lot of black sand and garnet sand here. Hold the button and pump it up and down until it quiets down. That's reading solid 94. All right, let's give it a shot. I'm sure we'll hear some hot rocks too, but we can tell the difference between a hot rock and a nugget. That's a hot rock right there. He's reading 00, and it's kind of a nice smooth sound. I know that's a hot rock. So I've had a little experience up here so far. I'm going to turn the camera off for a few minutes so I can move the metal detector the way it should be moved, not just like one-handed cattywampus. And I'll show you the first. We'll dig the first big nugget together. Nice little signal here. Jumping around a little, but I think it's going to be something good. Having a little trouble finding it. It's right in here somewhere. There it is. Hard to pick stuff up because these rocks are so sharp. I don't have gloves on. Oh yeah, listen to it. Go ahead and listen to it with that. See what you hear. I don't know how to set that up.
I don't get anything there.
So we're going to let them see if, what they can hear with their machine and what they think before I grab it. Sounds about like a little 22 shell or something, but that could be a nugget or a 22 bullet.
Shark tooth?
Yeah, shark tooth. They say they fluoresce. You can use a black light to find them. I never tried that. Have you?
I never heard that.
I don't know. I'm going to try it next time I look for them.
Found a lot of them, but I've never just had to eyeball them.
Yeah. I think I needed more tape on my fingers. These rocks are really sharp. You picking it up?
No.
No.
Just faintly.
Faintly?
Yep.
Sounds like a hubcap to me. I'm just teasing him a little bit, that's all. He's always picking on me with my panning skills.
Yeah, it's getting it.
If we wait much longer, next flood will move it.
You think we need to get the four-wheeler to pull it out with?
Maybe. Oh, you hear that fine.
Yeah,
That's loud, yeah.
The headphones. There's hot rocks and all in here too.
Yeah, I don't think that's a hot rock though. That sounds a little crisp. The hot rocks would normally have kind of a mellow sound. And on the AT Max, they're mostly reading 00. This is reading up higher than that. That's definitely something.
How high can you get it?
I don't have a big core like you.
You got the little coil, that's the one you want.
I'm still hearing about there.
You got about an inch on it, maybe.
I could probably crank it up a little bit if you wanted me to.
I do. But also, yeah.
All right. Well, we finally got it up, and it's just a little tiny piece of wire, and it's iron. So I suspect here that the signals are going to read correct on the machine. Sometimes when it's highly mineralized and there's a lot of black sand, the readings can be off a little bit. But this red like wire, and it is wire, so I suspect nuggets are going to read pretty good. Probably 40s, 50s, or 60s. Let's go find out. That last place we were at, the water was too high to get out in the middle where the bedrock was. So we had to just hunt along the shore. I found tons of wire, mostly from bits and pieces from that wire rope or that cable that was back there. Found nothing that sounded good, like gold or lead, like a 22 bullet. Nothing at all, just that wire rope. But this is another place we're going to try up here. Unfortunately, the river's really high, they say. It's much, much higher than it normally is. But it's early in the season. Plus, they're calling for rain today, so we don't want to get too far away from camp because we have to make it back if the river rises. It is a beautiful place, though. I want to get over to that mountain. We'll go over there in a couple days. I don't think we're going to make it today. Don't see any bears following us, do you? All right, let's go up and talk to Steve. How are we making out?
Huh?
How are we making out?
We're looking. A lot of snow and the water. We're just sort of taking it easy. This little creek here, I know it. I'm not going to tell you the name of it, but I do know it. I'll tell you, Bo, but I'm not going to tell everybody.
Don't tell the camera.
But I know this one has gold in it. We wanted to set the dredge up here, but we hadn't been able to get this far with everything yet to set up the dredge. So maybe y'all will, but I know in the past this one has gold.
This is the little creek we were trying to reach the other day when Bruce swamped his little buggy. We made it today, but we don't have the dredge with us, so maybe another day.
Like right now, the water here is only like 1, 2, 3 inches deep everywhere. So people say, well, I can't dredge here. Well, actually, this is excellent for dredging because if you look at it, the banks are a foot or so higher, and you set your dredge up, all you got to do is make a hole for the foot valve. Once you get the foot valve working and you can start sucking out, then your dredge makes your dams, and you just move your your tailings from side to side and you discharge, and pretty soon the water is 1.5 foot deep, and then you make your hole, and then you got 4 feet deep, and you go on down to the pay layer and work that. So it works easy. This is great. As long as you got this, you don't even need 1/10 this much water.
If we had the dredge.
If we had it with us, I had somebody want to get in the water.
Oh, come on now. I got it in the water. So we're gonna go ahead and drive up the creek and see if we can find some bedrock. Came up out of the creek, we're thinking it might be a little easier to drive up here. Plus we're going to another site, so, well, I guess we're going to another site. All these little plants down here, blueberries. We were up here in another month or two. We'd be fat, but we'd be fighting the bears for some delicious fruits. All right. That's the creek going up the valley that we just left. We're going to another site apparently up over the hill. Beautiful country up here. Isn't it?
Huh?
Beautiful country up here?
Yeah, everything's good. All this is going to be blueberries in another month. They'll be everywhere. All these bushes are going to be covered in blueberries, just everywhere in Alaska. Blueberries.
Well, do we have to fight the bears for them?
No, they eat their share. Now we're looking down at Moonlight Creek. That's Moonlight Creek. And that's where the old cabin is. It's falling down, and somebody, I think one of my friends has got these claims up here, and he's put some tarps in there so they could stay out of the weather, but the cabin's pretty well falling down. That's the coldest water I ever saw. I don't see how it can possibly move. It's extremely cold coming out of there, almost like must be snow-fed all summer because it's always cold. We made it up a good ways today without tearing up too much stuff.
And it's a beautiful place, and hopefully we'll make it back without tearing up too much stuff. I think we will. It was pretty easy really coming up, except at one spot. Is that Monument Rocks up there?
Probably.
Maybe? Maybe next one back?
Those are probably our monuments.